Good morning, John.
Hello.
Hi, it's Corley Knocker from RCPA. Welcome to Vision 2020. And I know you're from Familylinks.org. So my first question to you is, what would you like us to know about your company, agency, and services?
Well, first of all, it's great to be here, even though it's virtual. So our agency for more than 50 years has been providing services to families in Western Pennsylvania. Last year, we provided services to almost 9,000 people. And these individuals range from children to seniors. They come from a variety of neighborhoods, a different variety of income groups, as well as beliefs. But there is one thing that they all have in common. It's when they turn to Familylinks in their time of need, we are here for them. And the way that we do that is through a variety of services. They're all family-centered services through behavioral health, youth and family services, supports coordination, and senior services as well.
Okay. Do you have any specific specialty services, products, market that you want to share with us?
Yeah, one of the programs that I wanted to highlight is our Familylinks Training Institute. The Training Institute has actually been around since 1992, and we provide trainings, classroom trainings, to professionals, typically from Western Pennsylvania, around a variety of competencies as it relates to social services. A lot of our trainings now are focused on leadership and team building. We also provide clinical skills as well.
How has COVID-19 impacted your way of doing business?
Probably just as much as everyone else who's attending this conference. It's had a significant impact, and it's really created challenges for us to have to deal with. You know, our direct care services, our behavioral health and supports coordination, have had to move from, you know, working in the community or working in a clinical setting to working remotely. And that's created challenges, you know, in trying to engage clients and in trying to help make that session, if you will, as normalized as possible. Our residential services have all remained intact. Folks have been dedicated to getting there, and, you know, doing whatever they needed to do to be able to help provide the services to our folks.
Yeah.
As far as,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
As far as training goes, we have been on live since March. We stopped doing classroom trainings, and have taken on more of a virtual role. So we've been offering webinars since March, continue to do that now, and we'll be doing that through the end of the year. So that's sort of how we've had to respond to that challenge as well.
Yeah, and the challenge has opened up a different venue for us to allow other people who aren't able to travel to get into your webinars and get the trainings that they need. So
Yeah.
It has opened up doors for us, and it has also restricted some of the things that we have to do. So we continue to find ways to meet the challenges.
Yeah, and there really is an opportunity. I mean, we see it as an opportunity to, you know, to get more folks involved in our training institute from across the state. Because like you said, there is no travel. You know, we have CEUs with our trainings that we offer. We also will contract with agencies to meet their specific training needs, and we can do that virtually as well. So as much of a challenge as it's been, there are some rewards that, you know, we've been able to see through that.
I definitely agree with you. What is your perspective on doing this work virtually?
I would think it has its ups and downs. I know for our direct care staff, the challenges have been pretty significant. One of the things is that, we have a population of folks who maybe don't have the electronic equipment, the technology to sit and have a face-to-face or a virtual meeting, sort of like what you and I are doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So they've really had to think about engagement skills, via the phone, via texting, those who do use some video platform, just keeping folks engaged, in the session is a challenge. But, out of it, some good things is it's really encouraged people to be creative. Maybe things that you wouldn't traditionally do in a clinical setting, in a remote setting, people are getting creative with how to keep kids engaged, and are there types of things that you can do on a remote platform to encourage participation and involvement. So it's sort of a two-edged sword, if you will.
Yeah, you're right. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
And virtual, we know sometimes technology is doesn't work the best at times when we want it to. So it does add an additional challenge to what we're doing here. And but we learn to overcome them. I have learned so much about technology over the past several months because I have to now use it because it's a venue for all of us. So I agree with you.
Yeah, and I know for me, I've been involved in training for over 20 years. I've never done remote. So in March, when it was, if you want to keep doing trainings, we need to do them in a virtual environment. It was like starting all over again. Mm-hmm. And quickly the learning curve we had to figure out how to do it effectively, how to present a quality product to the folks that come to our webinars. Mm-hmm. So as a result of that, I got certified as a virtual trainer. I shared with you earlier, I use 3 screens. It's crazy, but you got to do what you have to do, through this time and not take away from providing, not only training services, but, important services that everyone offers to the folks that we provide services for. We can't drop that ball. So.
Absolutely. We have to do what we have to do to have that continuum of services continue as we move through this pandemic and other things that are affecting us as well. So I definitely agree with you on that one. What creative and innovative way are you helping your clients and users?
Like I had said earlier, a lot of our direct care staff who work with younger population have looked for resources and are utilizing really creative ways to keep kids engaged, playing games with them through the Zoom platform, coloring or drawing with them, really whatever it takes to keep them involved. And actually with some success, it's hard enough in a live session to keep a young person interested in what's going on. So if you're able to do it electronically, that's pretty powerful too. As far as training goes, we utilize everything that Zoom has to offer to make sure that folks are participating. This is not a 3-hour just sit and listen to me. We do a lot of interactive things. So again, it's, sort of that call to be creative, even in meetings, how do we make our meetings more creative? And I know folks have done really great things, and, as difficult as these times are, that challenge to be creative is a big plus.
And here's my last question. What else would you like to share? Perhaps a funny story, a brief story about this using this virtual platform and what kind of challenges it has created for us?
Well, I think like you said earlier, Corley, just the whole nature of technology. You know, so for me in doing trainings, when I'm watching somebody and they're frozen and they're still talking, it's like, how do I not, in a live classroom, that would never happen. Someone would just freeze up, you know, so and for me, I find it funny, you know, there'll be people that want to tell you something about how they're feeling about a topic and they're impassioned and they're talking and here their mic is muted. So you can see them, but you can't hear them. Right. You know, there's, you know, my internet services drop. You know, we had an instructor last week who she got cut off in the middle of her presentation and was able to get back on, but you know, you don't get cut off in a live session. So, you know, there are some funny things to, you know, and if you can't laugh about it, you know, then you just focus on how difficult it is, and that really gets to be a burden. You know, that levity helps, I think, in terms of self-care, you know, and certainly keeps us focused on what's most important, and that's doing whatever we need to do to provide the best services to the people we provide services for.
Thank you so much for saying that. It was a pleasure talking to you.
You too. I
And
just
thank
wanted
you
to
for,
mention
go
too,
ahead.
if folks are interested in our webinars, there's a couple places you could find the schedule. One is on the Pennsylvania NASW website, which is www.nasw-pa.org. You can also visit our virtual booth at the Connection Hall. There's a copy of it there that you're welcome to download and review. And you can also find it on our website, which is at familylinks.org.
Thank you so much for
you,
your
Corey.
time today. And
Thank
it was
you.
great talking to you. Enjoy the conference.
You too, and everyone enjoy the rest of the conference and stay safe.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.